Doubleheader here tonight. It's a makeup game. It rained earlier in the year and we lost the game with Detroit, so this is a makeup game. It's a 4-game series now. We play here tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday against the Detroit Tigers. Sparky Anderson, the new manager for the Tigers, he replaced Les Moss, and I thought this was a shame for a guy who worked his way up in that Tiger organization and then lost his job before he had really a chance to prove himself. For the Tigers, Ron LaFleur will lead it off and play center field. Steve Kemp will be in left field and bat second. Jason Thompson will bat fourth. Check that. Let's go back again. LaFleur will lead it off. Whitaker will bat second. He'll be at second base. Steve Kemp will be in left field. Between the fireworks, the music, the disco music, the burning of the thing, you know, you're lucky you don't go nuts here. You know, I've been there. I want to tell you, there's a big chance of going nuts. How can you even read the lineup when you can't even think? Right now, there's 30,000 kids, and they got 30 signs all over this park. I want to tell you, unbelievable. A guy like me who never thinks like anything like they're putting on out here. This is unbelievable. I want to tell you. But let's get back to the lineup. Whitaker will bat second and be at second base. Kemp will be in left field. Thompson will be at first base. John Summers will be in right field. They got him from Cincinnati. Rusty Staub will be the designated hitter. Lance Parrish, a fine young catcher, will be behind the plate. Tom Brookins, I don't know if I pronounced that name right. It sounds like a milkroot, will be at third base, and Alan Trammell will be at shortstop. On the mound, Pat Underwood from Kokomo, Indiana. Boys, why not? I think you guys should be pitching from Kokomo, Indiana tonight. For the White Sox, Alan Bannister, who has really been hitting that ball and driving in a lot of runs of late, will lead it off again tonight, be at second base. Junior Moore will be in left field, he'll bat second. Chet Lemon will be in center field, he'll bat third. Lamar Johnson will bat fourth, he'll be at first base. Wayne Nordhagen, he'll be the designated hitter. Rusty Torres will be in left field. Jim Morrison, the young rookie up, will be at third base. He got a base hit last night and drove in a run. Also stole a base. Greg Pryor will be at shortstop, and boy, he played super defensive ball last night. Mike Colburn will be behind the plate, and on the mound, 22-year-old Fred Howard. We'll be right back with all the action here and a little bit about the pitchers right after this message. 3.72. He's 6'3", 190 pounds. He's 22 years old. He's making his 13th appearance, his 5th start. Be his first start against the Tigers in his short major league career. He lost his last outing in relief against Minnesota 2-1. He pitched well, but he got the loss. Fastball, curveball, slider. He can be very effective when he keeps the ball down. He has one big trouble, too. He has trouble going by the 5th inning, so let's hope tonight he can get the job done. Pat Underwood, his brother Tom, pitches for the Toronto Blue Jays. He defeated him in his first outing, beat him 1-0. He's now 3-0 with an ERA of 3.78. He's 6'3", 190 pounds. He's 22 years old. As I said before, he's from Kokomo, Indiana. He was the #1 draft choice in 1976 in June of the Detroit Tigers. He has pitched a lot in the minor leagues for the last 3 years. He's 23-14 in the minor leagues, but has done very well since he's come up. He throws harder than his brother, does not quite have the curveball he has, but he's got good stuff. He has good control and he knows how to pitch. So it ought to be a pretty good duel here in the first game of the doubleheader, with Fred Howard out for the White Sox, behind the plate Mike Colburn. Underwood for the Tigers, behind the plate Lance Parrish. We'll be right back with play-by-play action and Harry Carey right here at Comiskey Park, where the fans will be going wild all night.
On Deck has been brought to you by Howard Pontiac, where Howard's mother makes sure you get a great deal. Howard Pontiac on Grand Avenue between York Road and Route 83.
The Chicago White Sox are brought to you by the following participating advertisers. Schlitz. Beer makes it good. Schlitz makes it great. And by the Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. And by True Value Hardware Stores. True Value. More than just a name, it's our way of doing business. And by Commonwealth Edison, the company that's working for you. And by the people in our town who bottle delicious Coca-Cola. Coke adds life to Chicago White Sox baseball. And by Interlake Incorporated, a Chicago-based company in metals and material handling. Sponsors of White Sox baseball for 7 consecutive years. And by American Family Insurance. All your family protection under one roof for your auto, home, business, health, and life. And by the 46 Chicagoland Midas dealers who say when it comes to your car, it pays to Midasize.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall from Comiskey Park, where we're going to have a wild night tonight, a twilight doubleheader. And the theme song seems to be, if you believe all these signs around here, and the center field bleachers are already jammed. And according to the disc jockey of the station, Loop, which is sponsoring the teenager night here, disco sucks. That's look at that crowd out there.
Harry, now I want to ask you one question. You told me when I came to work with you 3 years ago that you would help me out, but out here tonight, this is bad for my, I don't know.
Morals?
My moral. Well, I don't have any morals.
Hey, I want them to see the shirt you're wearing.
How about that shirt, Harry?
Can you make that out? It says outpatients.
I think everybody should.
Now hold up your legs. He's wearing short. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's more beef on those legs. Why don't you get in shape?
Hey, Harry, I want to tell you right now.
How about my catch?
It's really.
Let's talk about my catch.
Let's talk about your catch. All right.
More sensational play. Our national anthem.
You say, by the dancing light, what so proud they wail at the twilight's glass gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the redbirds we watch, who were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the guns bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Come get in. Something to drink. 2 weeks in the desert and you bring us beer? We want something.
He's going to go for 2 in a row. He looks nice. He's all dressed up in yellow and brown.
How come you tried to steal the show from me? I made the great catch last night, and the people tell me you're the one who kept talking about it. About your excellent coaching, how you told me to move.
Well, I gave you a little shove, Harry, but, you know, one thing about you,
You woke me up.
you work so hard. You know, you're conscientious in your writing a lot of times. But you did make a nice catch, Harry, and I wish you well for the rest of the year.
Well, they want the banners to be removed. Boy, there's some dandies up there. And the center field bleachers are already jammed. And here we are, the first game of the night doubleheader hasn't even started. It's 85 degrees. The wind is out of the east, about 10 miles an hour. Fred Howard getting his practice tosses. Boy, the more you talk to that Steve Trout, the more you understand why he is having such success. The kid knows exactly what it's all about, what he is trying to do, and why.
You know, he seems, Harry, to be throwing the ball harder. Talking to Colburn after the game last night in the dugout, he said, Jim, he was throwing it, he got to believe, as fast as he'd ever caught a ball in his life, and it was hurting his hand. So the indication is that he's getting stronger as he goes along instead of weaker.
There's a change in the Detroit lineup. Scratch Kemp batting third.
Fred Howard is 6'3",
to the third spot.
190 pounds. He's 22 years old.
Morales
He's been pitching better. He's making his 13th appearance, even though he lost 2-1 in Minnesota in relief. It was a 10-inning ball game. Hinton gave up the hit that caused them to lose the ball game. He's a low ball pitcher, and when he pitches low, he can be awfully tough. He's got to prove to me that he can pitch over 5 innings, though. He's yet to be able to go by 5.
Well, he's a big kid. You think he's strong enough. I think it's just a matter of getting his feet on the ground.
Well, the bullpen will really do it for you.
I'm convinced, Jimmy, that after watching young Steve, that there is such a thing as heritage. Because his father was a great pitcher, and I think it just comes naturally more to Steve.
By heritage, Harry, that means you're left a lot of money plus ability.
Well, we're ready to go. They made a change in the lineup. Jose Morales is going to play left field in place of Steve Kemp. Staub will be the DH, but bat third. And we're ready to play ball. They want him to take the banners down off the left field and right field wall.
You know what they say in those signs, don't you? That's just what those kids are saying to that announcer. They have worked hard to make those signs, and they sure don't want to take them down. There you see Sparky Anderson. Hey, Harry, this guy a very strong disciplinarian. Is that one of his best traits?
Oh, I did an interview with him. I'm going to do him on television tomorrow night before the game at 7:15. I did an interview with him on radio, and he talked in depth about the necessary character to turn a boy into a winning type of ball player. Here's LaFleur to lead it off. First pitch is slider strike. 1 strike to nothing. Nice crowd on a muggy night. There's a pitch into the dirt. Colburn behind the plate.
Was that Durwood Kirby down at third base umpiring? Or?
Durwood Merrill. Slider a little high. Two balls and a strike. Bouncing ball. Nice play. Morrison throws him out. Durwood Merrill is the umpire at third base.
Hey, Harry, you know who's the best looking guy in this club now? Is that Morrison. He's a handsome kid.
So put Merrill, the umpire, at third. Dallas Parks is at second. Dave Phillips is behind the plate. Dan Morrison at third. Here is Sweet Lou Whitaker hitting .306.
That's Morrison at first. Yeah.
Dan Morrison.
Dan Morrison.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Good to have LaFleur off those bases. He only leads the American League in stolen bases with 45. 2 balls, no strikes. Boy, we can win this game. Have Ken Kravik to go against him in the second game.
He also has scored 62 runs. LaFleur.
Our leading run scorer is Bannister with 46. Walked him on 4 pitches. Here's Rusty Staub now, hitting .228. Nine homers, 38 RBIs.
Whitaker has stolen 9 bases. He's been caught stealing 5 times. He's got pretty good speed.
The Detroit Tigers under Sparky Anderson. Fastball high. That's 5 pitches in a row without a strike.
Right now he's throwing standing up straight. He has got to turn his right side and really bend his back. Good pitcher generally gets through the ball game. He's got a sore back.
1 ball, no strikes. Fred Howard ready. Whitaker lead. Throw over there. He's back. Base hit, right field. Whitaker will go to third. Maybe there's a throw. They got a chance, but it was wide. Rusty Torres playing right field. His throw was towards left field up the line. So they threatened in the very first inning.
I'll feel awfully slow here. No matter how hard you hit the ball, it just sucks it right up. It's spongy, and it's really hard to wait for the ball. You've got to come as fast as you can to pick it up.
On the infield, will play back Jason Thompson, hitting .270. 9 homers and 47 runs batted in. Howard's allowed a base on balls and a hit. And the Tigers threaten with runners at first and third. Big rock and roll crowd. There's a stretch, the pitch. Strike off. You know, Jimmy, we have had, I always thought was the #1 rock station here, WLS, sponsoring these teenager nights for years now. They've never produced a crowd like this. So this station must have a heck of an audience. It's WLUP. Remember last night I was trying to figure out how to say it. I was trying to get the W in there. Waloop, waloop.
As much as you spend time in the loop, Harry.
On near north side.
You never walked down by the loop, huh?
Very seldom.
Very seldom.
Want to go to see Jimmy Gallios and Millers or Jim Janik in Bohemia? That's all. Slider in there. Good strike.
Boy, Jason Thompson really upset with him. I can't believe that ball was a strike. They're playing behind Staub because he probably is the slowest runner in both leagues, but he can hit.
2 strikes on the ball. Fred Howard ready. Another dangerous left-hand hitter next. Champ Summers, who used to be with the Cubs and the Reds. The pitch. A little wide.
The Detroit bench reports that Steve Kemp was hit over the eye when the ball ricocheted off the wall during batting practice. He has an ice pack on the eye now and is awaiting examination by the team physician.
Steve Kemp was hit over the eye in fielding practice. He has an ice pack on his eye, and that's why he was scratched. Foul. Ooh, what a cut that Jason Thompson has. Boy, you can understand why he hits so many home runs. He really lets it all hang out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield playing back, hoping for a double play. Watch it. High, ball 3.
Kind of interesting, Harry. Detroit is 6th in their league with a 41-44 record.
Only 3 under 500.
That's right.
That's what happens when you have teams like the Red Sox and Baltimore and Milwaukee in there and Yankees.
Cleveland is even ahead of them.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner on first probably will be going. Fred Howard, 22-year-old right-hander. There goes Staub. Foul back. Staub just fake going. Hey, one-handed catch. By a long-haired fan in the upper deck who immediately gets a kiss. 2 kisses. 3 kisses and you're out. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You did call him a long-haired fan, did you?
Yeah. Well, the long-haired fan was the guy. The gal was kissing. Here's a pitch, struck him out, the throw through. Oh,
come on.
There was slow covering and the throw goes wild. 1-0. Boy, I wish you'd held up. Rusty Staub had that in mind all the way to stop.
As a stolen base, a man scored on E2.
Look at that.
You know, Harry, Pryor got there. It's just a terrible throw on Colbert's part on an easy play. All he's got to do is flip it. He tries to throw every ball through a wall. And you don't have to do that. You got to get yourself in a rhythm with the same velocity.
So it's an unearned run. They have a runner at second with 2 out now. Here's Champ Summers hitting .311 for the year.
You know, the pitcher works hard to get out of a jam, and then it's not good baseball. This guy got about 9 home runs, too.
Yeah, he's got 9 homers. He was with the Cubs in 75 and 76. Then he had 34 homers at the Cincinnati Farm Club. Last year, there's a line drive in the left field, going to be caught by Junior Moore. Summers line to Moore. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Detroit. Harry Carey back in the ballpark. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. Detroit leading 1-0 on an unearned run. Earlier this year, the White Sox defeated not once but twice Tom Underwood, a left-handed pitcher with the Toronto Blue Jays. Now his brother, Pat Underwood, is pitching for the Tigers. Pat Underwood also a left-hander. In a recent game, the first one that Pat pitched, he defeated Tom Underwood 1-0. That's what you call a family pitching duel. He's smaller than Tom, and he's younger than Tom.
They say he throws harder than Tom. They say his velocity is a little bit better because his brother has a great curveball, no doubt about it, one of the better curveballs in the American League, but his fastball has not done him justice. But this kid here, they say, has got a pretty good curve, good slider, and he got good control. So he's won 23 and lost 14 overall in the minor leagues in the overall picture for 3 years. He was the #1 draft choice in June of 1976 of the Tigers. So he's earned his way here.
Here's Alan Bannister to lead off. I wonder if their mother and father are left-handed too. Unusual to have 2 sons both left-handed. If they were both right-handed, you wouldn't think anything of it. Or one right-handed, one left-handed, maybe, but both left-handed, it proves, again, about bloodlines.
The Perry brothers were both right-handed, and I know his dad was right-handed because I played golf with him.
Bannister takes a strike, good fastball.
The only difference between the Perry brothers and the father is about 6'7", about 235.
1 ball, 1 strike. There's a smash, base hit, extra bases maybe. Bannister going for 2. And he'll make it easily. Bannister opens with a double to left. He pulled that ball right down the third base line.
Bannister stings another one. As I said before, that outfield grass is slow. Right by the third baseman. Morales got a long way to come, and that ball slows right up. And Banny, who can run, and by running I mean he knows how to run. Did you notice how he tagged that bag on the inside part and saved about 2 or 3 steps?
That's his 99th hit of the year. Here's Junior Moore. Bouncing ball. He gave himself up on that. Whitaker will throw him out, but Bannister goes to third. You can see Junior Moore deliberately trying to hit to the first base side. Seems to me that there's where a guy should be credited with a sacrifice.
I believe that too. He should have some kind of credit. Now watch, as Harry said, he goes right out there. That lower hand goes out towards the second baseman. But you know, they're so stubborn, these sports writers and these guys that are on the committee for judging these things, that they won't make changes. Baseball took them 100 years to make 1 change. They lowered the mound. It took them 100 years to do that.
Here's Lemon now, the only all-star team representative of the White Sox. Ooh,
nice
almost hit
play.
him. Hey, Lemon's been hit 10 times already.
What a touch of class this kid behind the plate is. Parrish right up in there with these guys now with Sundberg.
Lemon batting .301 with 9 homers, 45 runs batted in. The tying run at third. inside. Ball 2. Up on the board, they welcome the American Airlines flagship nightclub.
I like the way these kids took their signs down there, and they went right to it. They got them right down.
And right back up. Line drive to the shortstop. Too bad.
Boy, that kid's fooling nobody right now.
That's 2 out. Here's Lamar Johnson. Lamar hitting .298, 7 homers, 37 runs batted in. Chet Lemon hit that ball right on the button.
You know, it seems like we get behind ball games the last 4 or 5 games, but always manage to struggle through. Remember when Bandy made the error last night? You said, that's the way we're going to win it anyways. I heard you. I remember you saying that. See, I listened to you.
Every now and then you listen. Here's a pitch a little bit low, a curveball. Jill Blick celebrating her 14th birthday here.
This program is owned by WSNS-TV through exclusive rights granted by the Chicago White Sox. It's telecast solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction or the use of this play-by-play description and account of this game without the express written consent of WSNS-TV is prohibited. Dominance from this game.
Agree with every word you said. 1 ball, no strikes. Good fastball at the knee. Good friend of Guy Hoffman's a fine young left-hander of the White Sox. Oscar Liss. In Ottawa, we wish him a speedy recovery. There's a pitch into the dirt. Another good save by Lance Perry.
You notice, Harry, with the changeup, and you young players watch it, he just went to his right down on both knees to make sure that ball doesn't go by.
2 balls and a strike. Boy, he had him fooled on a curveball. Change of pace. Our photographer down there, Vic Track, did a little rock and roll to get out of the way, and then flipped the ball into the stand. Curveball low inside. Ball 3. Nordhagen will be next. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pat Underwood from Kokomo, Indiana. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, left center, gonna be caught easily by LaFleur. We got the long fly too late. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 1, the Tigers won, the White Sox nothing.
From the Sierras to the Smokies, people are discovering what makes the great outdoors great.
Beer makes it good. There's no debate. Beer makes it good. Schlitz makes it great.
Every day, millions of times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz.
Since 1849, there's no debate. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer. Schlitz makes it great.
Hi, I'm Bill Sharp from Interlake. Like all big industrial companies, we get our share of criticism about how we operate.
Tell you what, he'll know before he's through. If he moves guys around, he doesn't win in Detroit. Those fans are running out of town.
Ball and a strike. Tom Brookins, the third baseman. There's a drive that'll score a run. Brookins lines one into the left field corner. He's going for extra bases, and he may try for 3. Here's a throw. Nothing to the throw, and he makes it. A triple. That's Brookins' 4th hit and 8 times at bat since he came to the big league. So that's why he's using Brookins.
Watch this right now. He hits a low slider. Moore, instead of getting over in front of the ball as it comes off the wall, he plays it on the side a little bit, see? And the bounce back on his right is a tough play. You know, the wire in that fence there, Harry, in the lower part of it there, the picnic area, when it hits those wire meshes, it just bounces funny. One time one way, another time another.
So now the infield is in with 1 out. It's already 2-0 in favor of the Tigers. Fred Howard's pitch. The squeeze is on. He bunts foul. Alan Trammell, the batter.
Nobody warming up, and Howard really not having too much. He's been hit awfully hard here in the first 2 innings.
Big crowd's going to be on hand here tonight.
Harry, look at this. I want you to remember this. An elaborate funeral wreath shows up at the site where an unidentified body is buried. Saturday at 5 on the Untouchables. Don't forget that now, Coach.
That's one thing about the Untouchables. They always send pretty flowers to funerals.
That's right. He had a few in New York today.
Play inside. The count is evened up at a ball and a strike. 2-0 in favor of Detroit.
Must
Well,
be,
they're really hitting the ball.
they must be. He's going to go a long way because there's nobody warming up.
Infield in. The pitch to Allen Trammell. Bouncing ball. Pryor's going to throw to the plate. He is out trying to score. Pryor had to go to his left. His throw was into the dirt, but Colburn came up with it and made the tag.
Taylor strikes the play line 6-2.
Well, he made a wonderful decision on that. I'd like to see that again.
Nice play by Pryor, who has to move to his left, as you'll see in a moment.
Here you'll see it now. Pryor releases quickly. Watch how quick he releases that ball. And he throws a strike. Colburn now, right on the plate, makes the tag out in front. Gets him by plenty. Good play by Pryor.
Pryor's been playing outstanding shortstop. Or wherever they put him. The streamers of paper continue to be thrown onto the field, and I would imagine that we're going to have a lot of delays here tonight. 2-0 in favor of the Tigers. The ball game in the top of the second. First game of a night doubleheader.
Harry, we were just talking a moment ago about the fans booing in Detroit.
For precautionary x-rays. That's his right eye.
John Hiller said it's his last year no matter what because the fans have been booing him off and on, and he's had some great years there. Last year he was 9-4 with 15 saves, and that's just one of the better years he's had.
Yeah, but he's 36 years old. I would imagine he would be retiring anyway. You see they're booing Luzinski in Philadelphia, too. Quick throw to first, the runner back.
I'll tell you, when you get booed at home, it's time to quit because it's tough to work it under those conditions.
Runner back. They're still coming into the ballpark. Ground ball to Morrison. He's got it. Throws to Bannister for the force play. And it's one run. Really two hits, but they only credit one. Harry Carey back in the ballpark. We're going to the bottom of the second. Wayne Nordhagen's leading it off. Nordhagen hitting .268, 5 homers, 17 RBI. Hey, see where the White Sox signed up Bobby Douglas, who's going to their Iowa Farm Club and probably will be pitching tomorrow night or Saturday night. That's going to be interesting. Here's a fellow's played professional football for 10 years, and now at age 32, he's going to take up professional baseball.
You know, now I have told so many kids when I was managing to go get a job because they were too old and they weren't going anywhere. Here's a guy 32 years old, hasn't got anybody out yet.
Here's Nordhagen. Straddles the plate waiting. Pat Underwood's first pitch. Slider a little bit inside. Bobby Bonds says that he's going to play out his contract. Wants to be traded.
Who's going to take him $440,000 a year?
There's a pitch a little bit low and inside. Brad Carbon.
He already had him. He went that route. He's got to circle a little bit.
Well, he's got a contract as a guarantee for 3 more years. 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on, ground ball, easy out. Trammell's got it. 1 away. Here's Rusty Torrey. The Tigers have won 3 out of 4 this year from the White Sox. Crowd's still gathering here. We're going to have a fine turnout.
You know, you're really pacing yourself for a long night, you know that?
Yeah, right. Long, hot. And I think it's going to be a very eventful night. 1 out, nobody on. There's a drive. Fair ball. Into the corner. What's he doing? He must have missed first base. What's asking the first base umpire.
You know, the worst thing in the world, you youngsters remember this, and I've told him and I've told every one of them, hit this ball good. Don't watch the ball. Watch the ball after you tag the bag. No, we couldn't tell. Couldn't tell.
He's going back to first when the ball is in the left field corner. Hey, let's wake up, boys. Man. One out, one on. Here's Jim Morrison. He's 1 out of 3 with the White Sox. And drove in a run. Swings at a breaking ball and he missed.
Morrison has faced all these guys and played against most of them. Summers. How do you pronounce that third baseman?
Brookins. Playing deep at third base. Line foul. Well, I tell you, we got a lot of very attractive young people here. I never heard of this station, Luke. But my respect and regard for them is soaring to new heights. They fill the ballpark.
What kind of music do they play?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Well, they won't get my boy.
Foul tip.
IFM.
They hate disco. Yeah, they're 98, I think. 98.
They can blow up their records, too.
2 strikes and nothing. Time call. Let's see what's been thrown out there now. Banners all over the place. And they've certainly come supplied with streamers of paper.
What do you think? We're going to have about 40?
No, we may.
You know, it's just the first game. And
now, people don't start coming to the ballpark till around 7 o'clock.
And the way these seats are spaced out.
Angel Fonticchio.
Sounds like a...
Watch it again.
He sounds like a wrestler who just lost the
girl.
Game. Oh.
I think. Boy, we're both in trouble, but isn't. 2 strikes.
What's new?
2 strikes and a ball.
About getting in trouble?
And Steve Dahl must have a great audience. Bouncing foul outside third.
I went to the library today to look up some words about law. I couldn't find them.
What was that? Do that again, that Mike. Rick got another one. Rick Truck, the third base cameraman. Struck him out on a breaking ball. I'll bring up Greg Pryor.
Harry, he's got good motion on that change, and right there, he had the kid way out in front. I guess that's the secret to baseball today, is really being able to get your 2 breaking balls over, which changes speeds.
George Cronus and his son Jeffrey are here with Andy Carafotius and Paul Demas. Joe Nucky and his nephews are all here, Little Leaguers. They're related to our good friend Joe, the bartender at Sweetwater, Doug Buffone's establishment. Pryor takes it low and outside. A group here from Butch McGuire's on Division Street. I guess Butch's place really started the singles bars in Chicago. Pryor hitting 285. Takes it low. Boy, this Underwood really pitches like a veteran.
Seasoned veteran is right. He changes up on that fastball with the same motion that he gives you on his good hard stuff.
2 balls, no strikes. Line foul outside third. Boy, Torres missing first base. Really hurt. Instead of being at second base, in scoring position with 1 out, he's still at first base with 2 out. So it takes an extra base hit to score. The pitch. line down the left field line. Fair ball. Torres may score. The ball gets away from the left fielder. He will. 2-1 ball game. Pryor doubles to left, scoring Rusty Torres. Pryor's 22nd run batted in this year.
Watch Pryor now guarding that plate, gets a low fastball and rips it right into the corner. Morales now having the same trouble off that wall as Moore had. Look how that ball just jumps out there. Torres going to score easy and gets himself out of a jam for not tagging first base. Boy, he feels better sitting right down now. Boy, am I glad. Just think if we needed that run and we lost by a run.
Yeah. 2-1 in favor of the Tigers. Again, the game is delayed. The streamers are paper coming out of the upper deck in center field. And now the right fielder, Summers. I think I inadvertently said Summers in left field a moment ago. It was Morales who was having difficulty as the ball rolled around the corner. There was no chance to get Rusty Torres anyhow because with 2 out, he was running all the way. Clark Summers is in right. LaFleur in center, Morales in left.
A lot of clubs off tonight, huh? A lot of clubs off in baseball. A lot of clubs aren't playing tonight around the league.
Yeah, a lot of open days.
Seattle won 16-1 over the New York Yankees. Tommy John.
They have beaten the Yankees 5 straight times at their ballpark. Have a winning streak of 5 in a row over them. And I think they've beat them something like 10 out of the last 13 at Seattle.
Hey, you know, Harry, also reading in the paper this morning where Sundberg.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't understand why Sundberg, who is having a tough year and comes in here and really, we love him as a catcher, but has not been doing that good a job against us. A guy stole second easy on him last night. Of course, we give him the benefit of the doubt when the other 2 guys stole. He struck out with in a position where he could have drove in some runs, and then he says he looks out at the play of our players, and it makes him want to puke. It must have been his hemorrhoids that caused that, Harry.
Well, no, I tell you something. That's why some clubs have a 15-minute cooling-off period. And I think they should have it. Now, we know Jim Sundberg normally is just a great kid. But in the so frustrated about losing again to the White Sox, he popped off something he wouldn't ordinarily say. And I think the ball player deserves that 15-minute or 20-minute cooling-off period so they can collect his thoughts before having to face the press.
I used to love to play with Ted Williams because they cooled off for 12 minutes, and they never came in the clubhouse before the game. You never see these guys you see sneaking around. Who's this guy? Where did he come from? Who gave that guy a card? Get him out. You couldn't talk to your guy next to you without somebody listening from behind. Well, when you're with Ted Williams, you never saw him in there. He'd throw him out the window.
Here's a pitch now to Colburn. Bouncing ball that'll end this inning. Trammell's got it. Easy out. Colburn on the first pitch rolls out. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 2, the Tigers are leading 2-1.
You'll never be a manager.
Harry Carey with Jimmy Pearsall. We go into the top of the 3rd. It's 2-1 in favor of the Tigers. They're here from Muskegon where they watch our games on cable. Jeff, Jim, Craig, and Carl. I imagine we have a lot of Michiganders here. Here's a bunt by Sweet Lou Whitaker, foul. They're from J.C. Penney in Yorktown, a big group. And also from the Aurora area blood bank. 1 strike and nothing. Trammell takes it low and inside. Our friends are here from Whiting, Indiana, from Sportsman's, Piklansky, Orbick, Kantowski, and Schertzmouth. Fellows never miss a game. 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2.
Outfield, not too deep, but over towards left center.
Here's a pitch, and it's high. 3 balls and a strike. Jimmy last season said He liked to know a good-looking grandmother. He didn't like the baby sister types. So a young senior citizen slipped the note to him. You should read it.
She even give you her
I
phone
couldn't
number.
dare read it.
There's her phone number right there.
Boy, there's old people like that do those kind of things. Here's the pitch swung on a little bouncing ball. The pitcher's going to cover the toss. Out on a close play. Boy, I tell you, Howard just barely got there in time.
Boy, you can see this play right away. He just hits a high hopper. Now, over to his right goes Johnson. This is a tough play. He's got to throw across his body. Now, watch him have to feel for the bag. He doesn't know where the bag is. Boy, he just got him by a hair.
Jimmy, you got to be careful. Throw that thing away. It's burning my hands.
Just says right about the right name.
Did you get arrested for molesting a senior citizen grandmother?
He said, but the telephone number is unlisted, so she puts the number up here. But I just want to tell you right now, that's a new experience for me, Harry. Well, from one grandfather to a grandmother, it's nice to know you.
There's a pitch a little bit inside. A ball and a strike. Now I guess we'll get a memo on that, Jimmy. But the grandmother, nobody will write her a letter and say don't do those kind of things. 1-1 pitch. I'm a little.
You mean if I get an old mobile home down in Florida, you get those kind of calls? Oh, I love it.
Well,
I love it. The world is full of fun.
Well, according to Masters and Johnson.
Oh, it's going to be a long night here. We might as well live it up a little.
3 balls and a strike. Senior citizens love that kind of stuff, too. 1 out, nobody on. Strike call to Rusty Staub, who got a base hit his first time. The count is full at 3-2. We're in the top of the third. 2-1 in favor of the Tigers. Boy, we're going to have a wonderful crowd. They got a chant here.
I don't want to turn it down. I mustn't hear that.
3-2 pitch. Pull foul outside first. Gates Brown coaching at first base. Dick Trzaskowski at third base.
Senior citizens ladies should hear that chant. Woo! But when I'd say about 10 o'clock when they start that again, Harry, they'll knock the joint down.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Gang here from Ireland's restaurant tonight. Pull foul. And the Rookin family from Sarasota, Florida. The Don Rookin.
Howard has been keeping the ball down much better. They got single runs off in the first 2 innings.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Rusty Staub. Walked him, ball 4. That's a second base on ball. He's fan 1. He's given up 2 hits. The Fazios and the Glendine Conrad are here from Germany. 1 out, a runner at first.
Hey, Harry, I've got a promo to read here. The Spider-Man, does he have a slogan, too?
You better let me read that before you read it on the air. After reading your letter from the grandmother, I better proofread this one.
I want to tell you, Granny.
That's all right.
Oh, my. Let's get a double play.
1 out, 1 on. There's a pitch high. A ball and a strike. Boy, you get a letter like that from a grandmother. So many wives always have headaches. One ball, 1 strike.
Staub's not going anywhere. He doesn't run at all.
Jason Thompson, the hitter, and long ball threat.
Boy, look where Moore is. He has given him all of left field. He'd like to have him go that way because he doesn't have the power that he has to right field.
The delivery. Strike at the knee. Two balls, two strikes.
I get them today, isn't it? It's all right, folks. We're just reading our mail. Let's get a double play.
2 balls, 2 strikes. High fly ball. He didn't quite get it. And it's going to be catchable. Torres is there. That's 2 away, and it brings up Champ Summers, who lined the ball hard right at Junior Moore in the first inning.
Another great Friday, which is tomorrow the 13th, is planned as the White Sox take on Detroit again. The first 10,000 youngsters, 14 and under, with paid adult, will get a free Presto Magic Kit from Paper Mate, a division of Gillette. That's not all now. Spider-Man will be on hand entertaining youngsters, and there will be magic tricks everywhere. Whoopee! Boy, Harry, they're gonna see if they can disappear the 2 of us. Spider-Man.
2 men are out.
I hope this park is left here after tomorrow night.
The delivery. Strike call. Summers is at 9 homers already. He's really done a terrific job since the Tigers brought him up. They acquired him from the Cincinnati Reds.
You know, the one thing they had was infielders. The one thing we've had is outfielders in our organization. So the Tigers, just the reverse of our club, has gone out and come up with a couple of players.
1 strike and nothing. The pitch. Off speed outside. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. Boy, they got banners all over the place. This is Disco Demolition night. The 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. As I understand the background of this promotion, this Steve Dahl was a disc jockey on a station here that played rock and roll, and they switched to disco music. There's a pitch smash, 1 hop. Right at Bannister. Better hurry. He can't. Now let's see what he's going to call that one. Now that one I thought should have been an error.
He's asking 3 people on this one because he isn't getting it right away. He's looking for the replay, what he's doing right now.
Base hit.
That's a hit. The other one that almost knocked down Morrison was an error.
That, too, could be a hit because it bounced up and hit him on the shoulder, but not near as hard hit as the ball that went to Morrison.
Now here's Morales, who singled his first time up and then stole second. 2 men are out. 2 men are on.
What happens to Banny, Harry? He gets himself flat-footed. He can't be agile.
Strike called at the knee. 1 strike and nothing. Well, anyway, the Steve Dow, because the station changed their format to disco, was fired. So as I hear it, he got a new job on this WLUP, the loop. And so he's hated disco music ever since, because it cost him a job. There's a line drive, may drive in both runs. 1 run scores, another man goes to third. So Morales lines a single to right center to make it 3-1.
Harry, no matter what happens from here on in, if we don't tighten up our defense, especially in the infield, it becomes a very upsetting thing to the fans, upsetting to the management. You've got to put people where they belong, and we certainly have not been able to. I guess Kessler may not want to play anymore. I don't doubt that he would like to, but he's got to try to build for the future for this organization. So they've got to go out and get themselves a second baseman. Banny is definitely a left fielder.
I don't blame Bannister.
No, I don't either.
I blame whoever puts him out there when he himself knows he can't play the position.
See, they put him over at third, and he couldn't get the job done. Then they said you couldn't play second, so go to third. Now you can't play third, go back to second.
Boy, we're going to have a full house here. And what an outstanding promotion by this rock and roll station. You know, other teenage nights that have dancing out in center field and hardly anybody out there. But tonight, they filled this ballpark. All right, Bob Surratt, you're always talking about doing Cub games. You better look back over your shoulder, pal, because if this reflects audience, these guys must have a far bigger audience than WLS. They have actually filled the ballpark on their promotion. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed. What do you expect from a guy that wants to do Cub games? Nah, I mean, he'd have an audience if his ambition was to do White Sox games. One strike and nothing. Runners at first and third. First game of the doubleheader. 3-1 in favor of the Tigers. Parrish. Long ball hitter. Bouncing ball foul. 2 strikes and nothing.
Well, you know, the way Bannister can hit, Harry, if you can get him somewhere where he can be relaxed, where he knows he can play, no telling how good a hitter he's going to be. But this way here, when you're out there and you know you're going to struggle on every play, it isn't easy for him. He gives you his best effort, but it's not easy.
2 strikes and nothing. The pitch. He tapped it foul. Listen to the crowd. I can't make out what they're chanting.
Oh, I can, but I won't tell you. Because it's bad for your ears. Nice elderly gentleman like you, a senior citizen.
Why don't you let me have that letter from my grandmother? I'm kidding, Dutchie. Just joking.
I heard Dutchie. She just said, give it to him.
2 strikes and nothing.
She's got pretty handwriting on pink paper.
There goes a run on first. Struck him out. Parrish goes down swinging. 1 run. 2 hits. No error charged. 2 left. He's walked 2 men and both of them scored. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Detroit 3. Harry Carey back in the ballpark. The White Sox are trailing 3-1. Alan Bannister opened with a double and was stranded in the first inning. Boy, it looks like our team needs a Texas uniform to bring them to life. We really look flat so far tonight.
We're swinging the bats pretty good off of this guy. We've gotten 3 hits, hit the ball hard. In fact, we've hit 4 balls. One was a line shot off the bat of Lemon.
Alan Bannister going for his 100th hit of the season. Pat Underwood, the little left-hander, was 1-3, lost none. A perfect record. Fastball in there. Underwood was born and raised in Kokomo, Indiana. There's a smash foul outside third. Hey, what's the story with Mark Fidrych? I saw him on the field, but I didn't have a chance to talk to him.
They put him on the disabled list, and he just hasn't pitched in about a month and maybe 5 weeks.
There's a pitch swung on, fly ball, easy out, left field. Waiting for it, Morales, and he has it. 1 away. I understand the Tigers were trying to get Fidrych waived so they could send him down to the minor league, so they could send him down to Florida. But one of the teams, I think it was the White Sox, claimed him, so they recalled him from the waiver list.
Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to claim a guy who hasn't pitched well for 3 years?
Well, just on a chance you might be able to come up with it. 1 ball, no strikes. Junior Moore. You never know, sometimes you get lucky, I guess. Smash to the third baseman. Picks it up. Fired. Into the dirt, but Jason Thompson comes up with it.
Well, that kid's no Rodriguez, I'll tell you that. He did stop that ball. How tall is he? He looks like he's about 5'9".
He's about 5'10". Got a good bat. He's hitting .500 since he came up from the minor leagues.
I wish we could get a hold of Rodriguez.
2 men are out. Nobody on. Chet Lemon, the batter. He's shortened up the bunt. The off-speed pitch was in there for a strike call. 1 strike and nothing. 2 men are gone. We're in the third. Boy, this ballpark has gone that we might have. We're going to have at least 40,000. He bunts. It goes foul. He's in the hole. Strike 2. Pretty good play by Lemon. If he gets on there, it gives Lamar Johnson a chance to tie it up.
Harry, you notice the grass line right along third base on the inside part of the infield? It's so high that if you bunt the ball and it hits on the edge there, it just goes foul. Well, I would talk those groundkeepers if I was a bunter to try and level that off a little bit so it'd be flat.
Compact 83 from Plainfield on hand tonight. 2 strikes and nothing. Fastball inside.
Well, he's got pretty good stuff. He reached back and hummed that pitch. Lemon hitting way up in front of the plate. It's kind of hard to get by with a changeup to him. See his stance. He's way up in front of that plate.
Bouncing ball. The third baseman cuts it off. Fires perfectly for the out. 1, 2, 3 as Lemon dived head first but was out.
You youngsters watching that, don't do that. You'll break your shoulder, break your arm, break everything. That is one of the plays that you don't ever want to do. You lose a stride before you gain it on that play.
All right, this is Harry Carey with Jimmy Pearsall. We're going to go over to the radio booth for a while. The score here at the end of 3, the Tigers 3, the White Sox 1.
Hi again, everybody. Lauren Brown back at Comiskey Park as we go to the 4th. The Tigers have scored in each of the first 3 innings here and lead 3-1. Morrison throws out Brookins as he goes after the first pitch here. And there's 1 out. 2 of the Detroit runs got on by walks and the other got on by an error. Brookins had tripled in one of the runs his first time up. So Alan Trammell, the batter. Despite the fact a right-hander is going tonight, the Tigers with 5 right-handed hitters in their lineup. Tigers got an unearned run in the first, 1 in the second, and scored a run in the last inning as Pryor goes to his left. Nice play, real smooth, worth looking at again. Boy, you're an old smoothie. Watch this. Just so effortless. Spins around and throws him out. Not even close. 2 up and 2 down. Howard trying to retire the side in order for the first time tonight. Ron LaFleur, the batter, shortened up as if to bunt and takes a strike. LaFleur 0 for 2 this evening. Both times he has pulled the ball to the third baseman. That's high. Big crowd on hand tonight. Teen night. All teenagers admitted for half price. That's the ball. LaFleur hitting .296 coming into the doubleheader. Fly ball to right. Rusty Torres is there, and an easy 1-2-3 inning for Howard. Did not throw many pitches. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Detroit 3, the White Sox 1. Lorne Brown back at Comiskey Park as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Johnson, Nordhagen, and Torres. The White Sox have loaded their lineup with right-handed hitters here tonight against Underwood. Not a left-hander in the group. The only one that's close to it is Torres, a switch hitter. They're loaded out in the bleachers in center field. Not much room left out there to sit. Rapidly filling up in the upper and lower decks in right and left. Lamar Johnson leads it off. This place really abuzz tonight on anti-disco demolition night. Lamar flied out to center, hit a shot to LaFleur, takes a strike. Pat Underwood, a Kokomo, Indiana boy. Boy, the fortunes of he and his brother are just at the opposite ends of the spectrum. His brother Tom lost 9 in a row this year before shutting out Oakland. In fact, he even lost to Pat 1-0 and had lost 15 in a row over the last 2 years. But young Pat here, 22 years old, has come up from Evansville and won 3 in a row. One strike in the batter. Underwood has given up 3 hits. All 3 should have been doubles. But for some reason, Rusty Torres stopped at first when he hit a ball into the left field corner. Said that they thought maybe he had missed first and had to go back. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Underwood. Since Pryor doubled home the lone White Sox run, Underwood now is retired 5 in a row. Nordhagen, the batter. Nordy, 0 for his last 8, has not had a hit since he hit a home run in Kansas City. White Sox fallen behind now in their last 3 ball games. Back to win the previous 2 against Texas, hoping to do the same here tonight in game 1 against Detroit. Fly ball to left. Morales going back, and he has a play right at the base of the picnic area, and there's 2 out. Just got underneath that ball a little too much. Boy, Bannister hit one to the warning track. He just underneath a little too much. He uppercutted it. Still having trouble with the fans out in center field, continually hanging a banner out, which affects the hitter's background as they remove it now. Rusty Torres with a single tonight. Nobody on and 2 out. Takes a strike. Steve Kemp was taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital for precautionary x-rays after being hit over the eye with a ball that ricocheted off the wall in batting practice. So the Tiger representative to the All-Star game not in the lineup here tonight as Torres misses strike 2. The ball. Let's see, Milwaukee tonight, they did not score in the first. Going with Moose Haas. Lazy fly ball to left center field, and that retires the side. The White Sox retired 1-2-3 for the second straight inning. 7 in a row now retired by Underwood. As we're through 4 innings of play, Detroit 3, the White Sox 1. Lorne Brown back at Comiskey Park as we move on to the 5th inning. That ball game up in Toronto tonight. Milwaukee going against Toronto. Pat Underwood, who's pitching here for the Tigers, his brother Tom is pitching for Toronto tonight with a 3-11 record going against Moose Haas. San Francisco at Montreal just underway. Count Montefusco going against Rogers. The count 1-4. Rogers 9-5. And San Diego is at Philadelphia. Shirley 4-9 going against Carlton 10-9. Here the Tigers lead 3-1. Lou Whitaker leads it off. 0 for 1 officially. He walked and scored in the first. Takes his strike. Fred Howard on the mound has not done a bad job. Conceivably, this could be a 1-1 tie now. An error in the first and an error in the second helped the Tigers score a couple. Fouled out of play. He's in the hole 0-2. Later tonight, Texas will be at Kansas City. Rangers just left town after the White Sox swept them in 3 games. Kansas City has lost 4 in a row, and 11 out of 12 as you take a look at Sparky Anderson in an American League uniform. His first appearance in Chicago as an American League manager. That's a ball inside. Sparky had great success with Cincinnati. Won the World Series back in '75. Probably one of the greatest World Series in the history of baseball, and Cincinnati won it in 7 games against the Red Sox. It's one of the few World Series the National League has won lately. Anderson, a winning percentage as a manager as Whitaker fouls it off of .617. That is the highest in the history of baseball, with the exception of Joe McCarthy. Only Joe McCarthy had a better win-loss percentage as a manager than Sparky Anderson. That's the ball. However, Sparky's Tigers have lost 18 out of 30 since he took over. Two to count. Up the middle, Pryor has it in the dirt, and he got it. Or was that in the dirt? Looked like it from up here. That ball looked like it might get through. Straight up the middle, but Pryor to his left makes his patented pirouette and got him just shoelace high. So there's 1 out. Rusty Staub has been on twice tonight. A single and a walk. He has stolen a base, and he has scored a run. St. Bernardine's Team Club from Oak Park is here tonight. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off. Well, the 2 second-place clubs in the National League go at it tonight. The Cubs and Cincinnati. Cubs trailing Montreal by 4.5 games. Cincinnati 5.5 back of Houston. Los Angeles at New York tonight. Hooten going against Ellis. Strike 2. Hooten 7-6. Ellis 0-2. Those are the 2 last place clubs in the National League. Dodgers 16.5 back. The Mets 15.5 back. The seats. In fact, the Mets have played better ball than the Dodgers. A winning percentage of .407. The Dodgers at .404. Struck him out. Staub didn't like it. Hey, Rusty, one of the true pure hitters in the game of baseball. He does not strike out much. That's only the 18th time that he has struck out in 231 times at bat. That is the 3rd strikeout for Howard. And the batter, Jason Thompson, he is struck out. And he is flied out to right. Tips it foul onto the rope. Don Kessinger and Bobby Winkles and Joe Sparks, the brain trust of the White Sox. Herman Schneider, the man in the White Sox trainer. High ball. Lorelei is upstairs, so we'll be having her on shortly, representing WLUP FM. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That's a strike. Milwaukee, Toronto scoreless at the end of one. Cubs are just getting underway at Cincinnati. Cubs going with Holtzman tonight. He went around. The umpire at third said yes, he did. Struck him out. 3 up and 3 down for the second straight inning. 7 in a row retired by Howard. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1. Tigers out in front. Who has taken Chicago by storm the last few months with her television commercials for WLUP and everything else, and you'll see her on camera here in just a second. How do you like Chicago, dear?
Yeah, I love it. It's terrific.
What do you think of this crowd?
And there's a lot of people here.
Listen, I told my boys we're 16 and 14. I got to give you a kiss. It's good to see you. You do great, and listen, I hope that it really catapults your career. I think it will.
Thank you.
Okay, Lorelei, thank you very much. So we go to the bottom of the 5th here. Three to one. Jim Morrison leads it off, and Mitch Michaels is here from WLUP and is going to do a little play-by-play. So, Mitch, take it away. Jim Morrison, the batter.
All right, thank you, Lauren. A great night for a ball game and a great night for a disco destruction, I might say.
Really? Boy, she's a stunner, isn't she?
There's a lot of folks outside, and there's still room, so we would like to see anybody come down if they want to. A hot and smoky one. 3-1, the Tigers are leading. That's ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Morrison. Leading off in the 5th. We're going to get some runs for the Sox.
Got to.
That's it. Left-hander delivers. Said he went around on it. Struck him out.
That's the 3rd strikeout for Underwood.
And here is Mr. Pryor.
Greg has accounted for our only run tonight with a double. That was back in the 2nd inning.
I was still on the radio at that point. Good. So he's 1 for 1 tonight, huh? Underwood pitches a strike.
This has to be one of the better radio station promotions I've ever seen.
A ball outside. I'll tell you something. It's very interesting. This thing has really ballooned very rapidly, and it's just a Steve Dahl's anti-disco army, and they're here in force tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. A little high and outside, but he went for it. The count is 1-2, 1 out. Sox down 3-1. Tigers. Pretty strong performance from Underwood tonight so far. It's a drive to left center. The floor is there and has it. All right. The batter is Colburn, who grounded out 6-3, right? Third to first?
Right. Short to first.
Short to first, right. I'm sorry.
You were on this afternoon, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
What's your normal air shift?
2 to 6 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I heard you coming in, as a matter of fact.
Did you get a chance to go to the press party this afternoon? Meet
No,
Lamar
because
beforehand?
I would have liked to.
Swung on. It was a drive to right center, but it's going to be caught. And that ends the inning.
This kid is tough. He's now retired 10 in a row as we go to the 6th inning. Detroit 3, the White Sox 1.
Center field, right field, left field.
Lord Brown back at Comiskey Park with Mitch Michaels from WLUP-FM as we go to the 6th. And Mitch is going to do another half inning here as the Tigers come to bat. They'll have Summers, Morales, and Parrish as they lead it by a score of 3-1.
And we'll see if Fred Howard can hold him this inning and get the Sox back up and get some runs here. 3-1. A hot and sticky night in Chicago and a great night for a ball game. Twilight doubleheader. This is the second game and lots of time for you all to come out and see the White Sox. Exciting baseball out here tonight. Summers, left-hand hitter. Flew to left, and I think he doubled, or else single. I wasn't here when the game started. I was still on the radio, so we'll see if Fred Howard can do something for him. Summers stands in. And here's the pitch. Ball outside. As I came in tonight, there were a lot of folks still outside with their disco records waiting to get in, but I still think you could probably get down here and check out the game. It's ball 2. Again, a little outside. Playing Summers pretty much straight away. Here's the pitch. Swinging and foul tip. Fred Howard 1-3 this year. Two balls and a strike. Swung and fouled again. Summers goes into the dirt himself. Big cut. So that evens it at 2-2. Top of the 6th, White Sox down 3-1. Went for a low inside pitch that time and turned himself around. Could have been a corkscrew to going right into the ground. 2-2. Summers is ready. Here's the pitch. It's a line single right field. Solid shot. No question about it.
That's his second hit, Mitch, and that stops a string of 7 in a row retired by Howard.
We'll see if we can get a double play ball on this one. It's Jerry Morales. Familiar name to Chicago baseball fans. He played some pretty good center field and some pretty good outfield for the Cubs over the years. Good hitter. He's found a home in Detroit after traveling to St. Louis. This is his second year with Detroit, isn't it?
No, this is the first year.
Oh, okay, that's right. Last year he was with St. Louis. I forget. There goes the runner. Going down to second base, but he's in there.
The Tigers have been stealing.
Yeah.
That's their 3rd stolen base.
Throw is a little to the left of the base. And
let's take a look at it again. There he goes. The pitch is a strike. That's the second time that a runner has gone on the first pitch. Morales had done it earlier tonight. Now activity in the bullpen. A left-hander and a right-hander down there throwing. Morrison holds the runner on at second and throws him out.
All right.
So 1 out and Parrish the batter. Guy Hoffman and Ed Farmer in the bullpen.
Farmer's had a couple of good outings in the past couple of nights against Texas. Looked real good at relief.
Yes, he did.
Saved one game, and although he didn't get a save in the first one that he pitched in, got the big out at the end of the game and kept that Sox streak alive. Here's Parrish. What did he do last time?
Parrish is flied out and struck out tonight.
And there's a disco record just tossed out of the field.
I would hope they would wait to between games before
so
that.
too, yeah. And everybody's here to have a good time, but there's no reason to disrupt the ball game.
fan told a youngster, he said, next time you're going over.
I think people realize that the danger of throwing things on a playing field like that, too. The danger of the athletes out there. All right. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's in there for a strike. Second is Summers. One strike pitch by Howard. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Like a good fastball. I've often wondered how you sit up here in the booth and are able to really decipher what pitch is what. I guess I suppose it takes a while. It takes a while to be able to pick them out. A fastball.
Oftentimes it's tough even on the breaking balls. And if you hear an announcer say breaking ball, he's being correct, but oftentimes he doesn't know whether it's a, there goes the runner.
There's the runner. Ground ball, base hit. In the left center. The Tigers get another run. It makes it 4-1. And the activity continues in the White Sox bullpen.
Oftentimes, Mitch, you don't know whether it's a slider or a curveball, but you could tell pretty much how the batter reacts. That's one of the things as Kessinger comes to the mound. So we might have a change here. Detroit out in front 4-1. They've scored in all but the fourth inning.
He's calling for the right-hander. Looks like Ed Farmer will be.
So the move is made. Howard is out of the ball game, and Ed Farmer comes on, and we'll be back right after this message.
I'm here 3 years.
Lorne Brown back with Mitch Michaels as we're in the sixth. And correction on that, Detroit has scored in every inning but the fourth and fifth. And Howard had retired 7 in a row, but a pair of singles with a stolen base here has scored another run. So Howard went 5 in the third innings, allowed 4 runs, only 2 of them earned on 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 4. And the runner on first is his responsibility. Ed Farmer comes into the ball game. Farmer has won 2. He's lost 3. He saved the ball game in his last outing and has an earned run average of 5.29. And the first man that he will face will be Tom Brookins.
Farmer's looked good in the last couple of outings. Like you said, Lauren, he had a save the last time out, and the night before that against Texas looked pretty good too. So we'll see if we can stem the tide here and plug up the Tigers a little bit. Runner on first with 1 out. Brookins, the right-hand batter. Throw over to first base, just to keep him honest, I think. And here's Farmer's first pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Was that a fastball?
I really wasn't looking at the pitch. I was looking out in the bullpen when he threw it. Looked like it was, though. I mean, just the sound of the mitt up here.
Yeah.
I just saw the last part of the pitch.
Right back to Farmer. Looks like it could be the double play ball we were looking for, and that is it.
All right, 1-6-3 in the double play.
Ends the inning.
All right, Mitch, thank you much. Hopefully we can get some more. Appreciate it. Have a good time between games. Mitch Michaels here helping us out in the sixth. Tigers with 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Detroit 4, the White Sox 1.
Fool not to.
Lorne Brown back at Comiskey Park as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Tigers leading 4-1. White Sox try to get back into it here against Pat Underwood, who has been tough. He has retired 11 in a row since Pryor doubled home Torres in the second inning. It'll be the top of the order: Bannister, Moore, and Lemon. Richard Boone locks himself and a condemned man in jail for protection on Have Gun Will Travel. Saturday at 4:30 here on Channel 44. Mayberry has hit a home run for Toronto. His 15th of the year with nobody on in the second. Alan Bannister, a double in 2 trips tonight, leads it off. Tonight, Disco Demolition, but some of the fans getting a little antsy throwing these disco records out. Or records, I can't tell whether they're disco or rock or lullabies, but at any rate, they're throwing records out on the field. Slowing up the entire process here as Bannister takes a strike. This is the first game of a doubleheader. Tigers have been very successful in doubleheaders this year. They've swept 2. Well, I can't say very successful. Manny fouls it off, and they've been swept 3 times. White Sox have not won a doubleheader. They've been swept twice. And they have split a twin bill. Lost a twin bill to California, to Minnesota, and split a twin bill at Texas. Time is called. Underwood, 22 years old. 6-footer, 175-pounder. I would imagine his folks from Kokomo are up here watching him tonight. They were guests of the Toronto Ball Club when he went to Toronto and pitched against his brother and beat him 1-0 in his major league debut. Bob Finnegan advising the crowd to refrain from throwing records out or be ejected, and the huge majority applauds that decision.
This rule has no other purpose but the safety of everyone in this ballpark. The White Sox and all of us are very glad to have everybody here. Please don't destroy the fun of the evening for people or cause injury and get yourself arrested and taken from the park. Please don't do that. Thank you.
So we're set for action. 2 strikes on Bannister. Ground ball to short. Trammell has it and throws him out. 12 in a row retired by Underwood. And Junior Moore, the batter, 0 for 2 tonight. Tigers with an unearned run in the first and an unearned run in the second to lead 2-0. And the Sox got a run in the bottom of the second. Then Detroit is added another run in the third and one in the top half of this inning. That's a strike. Some of our Restaurant Row members tonight include Embers Restaurant. R.J. Kirkpatrick, the owner. Shortstop throws him out. Nice play. 2 out. Wonder in with Larry and Hank Klein. Stump's Pub, Don Stump, the owner. Phil Schmidt and Son Restaurant out in Whiting. Michael Probst. Let us entertain you in the Pump Room Group. Rich Melman. Choir Boys Tap with James Schmidt. And Faces, Jim Rittenberg. Those are our Restaurant Row folks here in Game 1. I'd say well over 30,000 here tonight. Chet 0 for 2. He is lined out and grounded out. And no strikes to Chet. That's a strike. Prior doubled a man home. Torres in the second with 2 out. Then Colburn grounded out. And since then, Underwood has retired the side in order 3 straight innings and now has nobody on and 2 out here in the 6th. That snaps the string. Trammell making a fine effort. Straight retired, but Chet takes this 2-1 pitch like a fastball just out of the reach of Alan Trammell. Well, Lamar a little overdue. Lamar had a hit last night, but he's got 3 in the homestand. And I mean overdue for the long one. Foul to the right side. Toronto leading Milwaukee 2-0 at the end of 2. Montreal has jumped out in front of the Giants 1-0. At the end of 2, and the Dodgers did not score in the first at New York. Holtzman and the Cubs at Cincinnati just underway as the pitch is low. Cubs had their 5-game winning streak snapped last night, but did not lose any ground on Montreal as the Expos were getting beat. Cincinnati going with Moscow in that game. 2-1 pitch. That's the ball. 3-1. Wayne Nordhagen in the on-deck circle. Holtzman 6-6 this year. Moscow 5-3. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Tying run comes to the plate. Nordhagen drove Morales back to the picnic area wall out to the left his last time up. He's got underneath it a little too much. Nordy without a hit in his last 9 times up. Now the time for the long one. 4-1 Detroit leading. The tying runs on base. We're going to get activity in the Tiger bullpen. That's a strike. Looks like Aurelio Lopez. There he is. Aurelio Lopez, who has really pitched well of late for the Tigers. That's the ball. 1-1. Broken bat grounder to the third baseman, makes the force out at third, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left on. We're through 6 innings of play. I'm Lauren Brown. Harry Carey will be along in a minute. It's Detroit 4, the White Sox 1.
We go to the top of the 7th. Trailing 4-1. Gotta hold him to have a chance. Young Pat Underwood, just 22 years old, has been outstanding. He's held the White Sox to only 4 hits. Here's their shortstop, Alan Trammell, leading it off. This is Disco Demolition night. The insane Coho Lips night. They're an anti-disco army headed by Steve Dahl. WLUP radio, FM 98, which is a rock station. Well, I think this is best, without a question, the greatest teenage promotion night that any station has had by far. They've got this ballpark absolutely jammed. People in the aisles trying to locate seats. Mike Torchia will give me an idea how jammed these aisles are. Trammell hits a fly ball to center. That'll be an easy out. Lemon is there, and he takes one away. Let's see if we can pick up the traffic jam in the aisles. That's the story right now. Look at the people. They're looking for their seats. That's how crowded it is. Here now is Ron LaFleur. Ed Farmer came in relief and got a double play to end the sixth. There's a fastball outside. Well, the last couple of nights, our seventh inning has turned the ball game around. Maybe we'll do it again tonight. 2 strikes in the ball. Bounces in front of the plate. One of Chicago's best rock and rollers, Jack Gaughan of Portable Tools, wandering around, drinking a cold winter 18. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whoa, 3 low. Boy, we're going to have the pitch. Lined in the right field for a hit. LaFleur singles to right. Here's Sweet Lou Whitaker, their second baseman. Boy, they came up with a shortstop, second base combination. Last year, they won't be 22 until the end of the season. Trammell at short, Whitaker at second. And they can do it all. Great arms, fast, good fielders, good hitters. There you see Lou Whitaker. 1 out, 1 on. Pitch out. There's a throw. Still beat his throw. On a pitch out. And I'll tell you why they're stealing on Coburn. He is just taking too long to release the ball. Now watch it. See, the jump isn't that much. Look at the pitch out. Now look how long it took him. He saw it took aim before he threw. You can't do that with a LaFleur. Dick Davis just hit a homer with 2 on for Milwaukee. They've taken the lead at Toronto 3-2. There's a strike. 2 strikes in the ball, 1 out. LaFleur just swiped his 46th base of the year. He's on the American League All-Star team. He held up in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-1 Detroit. Ed Farmer scares them back. The pitch. Right to the shortstop. Fryer holds the runner at second, throws to first. 2 gone. Here's Rusty Staub. Veteran outfielder is the designated hitter tonight. He has scored a run, he has walked, he got a base hit, and he struck out. Four to 1 Detroit. Line foul. Gates Brown, the first base coach, takes a dive to get out of the way. Staub broke in with Houston in 1963. So he's been around 17 years. He got a $100,000 bonus to sign originally as a 17-year-old kid out of New Orleans. That was back in 1962. Cheryl Paxson celebrating a birthday. Now the game's delayed. Hey, remember Irish night. Saturday night, this coming Saturday night against the Tigers will be Saturday night. Will be Irish night. Kay Joyce, who's Jack Brickhouse's secretary, but a great Sox fan. Kay is. Tiger Lions, Jack Gaughan, Emmett O'Neill, Jack Barry. There'll be a million Irishmen here, I hope. And later on, in August, they're going to have Irish Family Day at the Navy Pier. Here's the pitch to Staub, low. A ball and a strike. 2 out. We're in the top of the 7th. Swings and an off-speed curve, and he missed. Ed Farmer in relief. Howard pitched 5 1/3 innings. 2 strikes and a ball. Ground ball to the second baseman. Bannister has it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left to go in the bottom of the 7th. Detroit 4, the White Sox 1.
Let me hear you. Okay, Nancy.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever go back. Always root for the White Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the ball game.
Na na na.
Hello, sports fans. Boy, we ought to have more nights like this. This place is jammed. Look at it. We may have the year's biggest crowd. They're even up You notice that in center field. Well, the last two games, the White Sox have won with rallies in the bottom of the seventh. Can they do it again? They got a winning streak of 4 in a row. Rusty Torres will lead it off. Game being delayed again because of these records. It's Disco Demolition night. And the idea of these records is to destroy them because it's disco music. The FM station, Loop, WLUP, is a rock and roller, and they don't like disco. Boy, I can't get over these aisles, how jammed they are. Even upstairs. There must not be any seats left. Rusty Torres will try to get us started. A hot, muggy night in Chicago. Underwood's first pitch in there, a beauty. This kid from Evansville, Indiana. Actually, born and raised in Kokomo, Indiana, but he pitched at Evansville. One strike to nothing. Pitch on the way. High pump foul back. Into the stands, a souvenir. Underwood was at Evansville last year where he won 5, lost 5 with a high earned run average. 2 strikes and nothing. Fastball a little bit low. 2 strikes on the ball. High, lazy fly ball should be caught. And Champ Summers grabs it. 1 away. Here's Jim Morrison, the third baseman. He has fanned twice against Underwood. Morrison is fanned twice. There's a fastball outside. There's a fan down there yelling. Man in a business suit. Oh, he is. Looks like he's trying to get the umpire's attention. 2 balls, no strikes on Morrison. Right down the middle of fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Four to 1 Detroit. Ball 3. Underwood has walked only 1 man. Bouncing ball, nice play by Brookins, easy out. Morrison with 3-1 was swinging and bounced out. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Pryor, who doubled in the only run we have. The Lombard American Legion team here tonight. Good fastball right in. Boy, this kid changes speeds. Has good control of everything. See, he let up off this fastball that time. Funny thing is, minor league record has never been so impressive. He won 5, lost 5 last year. Popped it up. The catcher Parrish is there. Easy out. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. At the end of 7, Detroit 4, the White Sox 1. Harry Carey back in the ballpark. Boy, it's going to be a wild scene out there in the center field bleachers. Up on the board, they say farewell and good luck, Brian Hewitt. Brian Hewitt, the fine young sports writer of the Chicago Sun-Times, apparently will switch assignments after the All-Star break, picking up the Cubs for the second half after covering the White Sox for the first half, as is the custom of the newspapers.
I think Holtzman will join us. Holtzman.
Jason Thompson is going to lead it off. Ed Farmer has done a great job in relief. Throws a fastball in there, a beauty.
He's pitched 6 scoreless innings in relief his last 6 innings.
He's been outstanding. Each of those victories over the Rangers. Curveball low. A ball and a strike. It'll be Ken Kravick going for the White Sox in the second game. Good slider over the inside corner. 2 strikes and a ball. Nobody on, nobody out. Jimmy will have Bill Gleason of the Sun-Times, popular sports columnist.
At halftime.
Between games. Got the wrong sport. Curve inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery struck him out swinging.
3 ties for Thompson tonight. He's just not having a good year for him.
There's Champ Summers, who is. He's 2 out of 3 tonight.
He worked on that knotless all winter, and they tell me that he doesn't even move around the bag as good as he used to. He's got himself a little bit too muscle bound. So you got to know what you're doing when you get involved with that knotless.
1 out, nobody on. Curveball a little bit low, ball 1. First game of the doubleheader. We're in the top of the 8th.
How'd you build up your shoulders, Harry? I built mine up with unloading freight cars for a silver factory. You're going to say something, I know.
Doing push-ups. Oh. 2 balls, no strikes. I don't know how much attention they're paying to the ball game out there in center field, but they seem to be having a lot of fun, whatever they're doing.
Say, 3/4 of these people here tonight have never been in this park before. They're looking for where the pigeons sit. They're looking for Harry.
1 out, nobody on. Ball 4, he walked him. Summers has been on base 3 times in a row after he lined hard to left in the first. He singled to set up their second run, and he singled and later scored their 4th run. Now he has walked with 1 out. 1 on, 1 out. Boy, I wish I'd have thought about it. Tonight would have been a great time to be broadcasting out of the center field bleachers.
I would have never saw you again. It would have been the last time I've ever seen you. You'd have coughed your way home.
Well, the only thing about it, they smoke too many cigarettes out there, those guys.
I said that you cough your way home. In fact, I can't see out there right now.
There's a throw to first and run back.
Look at him in the aisles, Harry. Look at it. You keep talking before. Look at him.
They can't find seats all over.
You know what they do? I guess they get in for 98 cents and a broken record or something.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
What is Detroit's share? Do they get 20% out of the 98 cents?
I don't know.
Or do they get the 28% of the broken record? Runner at first, one out.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette.
Well, there are a lot of guys stoned out here tonight. I don't know whether it's the beer or what they're doing. There's a ground ball headed for right field. Bannister can't reach it. A man going to third. Morales gets his third hit.
I'll tell you one thing. Bandy guards second base so well that if all you do is just throw it, you can throw it through there. That ball wasn't even hit good at all if you see in a replay. He just hit it off the end of the bat. You got to cut that in half. Watch this now. Watch. It's just a little slow roll. Look at it bouncing. Bum, 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 beep, beep. But that's okay, Harry. We'll get him.
Runners in first and third.
Boy, look at Farmer. He's not too happy with that either. Farmer's the type of guy that when he makes a good pitch, he don't like to see something get a base hit for it. I wish you could have watched Bobby Richardson. You've seen many great second basemen.
Look at Farmer walking out. He is angry.
Oh, yeah, he's not happy about that. See, those balls have got to be caught. Let's face it. When they wake up around here and play players where they belong and stop looking for that miracle again, you know, it's not going to happen. You know, Kessinger's got to play right now. You know, he'll play second or short wherever he wants to play. And let Banny maybe play left field or somewhere.
Now Farmer's walking out again.
Well, I'll tell you. Oh boy, look at that one, just missed Gates. That one just missed Gates. Boy, that's very dangerous. They'll have to call that second game to keep that up.
They're throwing out these records now.
Should make some more announcements. Look at them way out there, big ones. Boy, and Torres put his hand on his head.
Runners at first and third, one out. Infield back, hoping for the double play. Strike on the outside corner. One strike to nothing.
Scarberry warming up in the bullpen for the White Sox.
Four to 1 Detroit. There goes the runner. Fouled out of play.
They're going to run this up.
Hey, great catch by a fan stripped to the waist. Sitting the upper deck. Tell you one thing we're seeing under Sparky Anderson. They're doing a lot more running than we ever saw him do before.
Right.
That's his kind of baseball.
Well, see, Parrish strikes out a lot, so he wants them to just hit the ball somewhere. Then they'll get the run and no double play. That's smart baseball.
2 strikes and nothing. There goes a runner lined. Double play. It's going to be right to Pryor to retire the side. Barry's lined to Pryor for a double play. With Morales going on the pitch. And all Pryor had to do was throw the ball over to Lamar Johnson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
Killing us.
Harry Carey back at the ballpark. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers are leading 4-1. John Ellis just hit his 9th home of the year in the first inning with a man on at Kansas City. So the Royals are still reeling. just lead it off here.
Here's further report from Steve Kemp. The X-rays were negative. Doctors cleared him for playing if he overcomes the dizziness which he complained of when he incurred.
Steve Kemp, who was hit over the eye in practice, was taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital for X-rays, which proved negative, and the doctors released him for playing as soon as he recovers from the dizziness that he was feeling. Milwaukee leading at Toronto 3-2 in the fifth. The New York Mets got 8 runs in the first inning against the Dodgers. There's a curveball in there, a strike call. Nobody on and nobody out.
You don't have a lot of people here.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Trammell's throw, easy out.
You're really happy to see him, you know, but when you look out there as a player and they start throwing things, boy, it makes you say, I wish you stayed home because you hurt somebody.
14 of the 22 outs have either been strikeouts or on the infield. That's how much in command Pat Underwood has been. Here's Bannister, the pitch he swings, a little tap. Third baseman fires. 2 up, 2 down. Underwood looks like he could pitch the second game of the doubleheader just as well.
He hasn't even got his outfit wet. Remember yesterday everybody was sweating and perspiring. Tonight it's a pretty nice night and he is not overheated. Hasn't had to throw too many pitches. I'll bet he hasn't thrown over 104 or 5 pitches.
Milt Wilcox, a right-hander, will pitch the second game against Ken Kravick. There's the pitch a little bit low and outside to Junior Moore. Moore is nothing out of 3. Bottom of the 8th, 4-1. There's a drive in a deep left field, way back, way back. It is up against the wall, extra bases. Moore on his way to second base with a double. Moore doubled to the left center field wall. And that brings up Chet Lemon now. Activity in the bullpen. Lopez.
Here you'll see a high breaking ball now, and he just rips it. He got it all. Morales gives it a good try, but it's over his head. It bounces up against the wall, and Moore goes in a second easy with a double. Maybe we got something going here. Let's go, Chet.
2 men out. Julio Morales gave that ball a long run, but couldn't reach it. Here's Lemon. He's 1 out of 3. Hit the ball sharply every time. Out of pitch. Started a swing and he held up. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 men are out. Ball game in the 8th. There you see Lopez has been doing a great job in the bullpen.
The catcher just refused to catch anymore. He almost got hit with a firecracker, Harry. It went right over his head and he just refused not to get on there anymore.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled out of play, and the count is evened up at a ball and a strike.
It ceases to be funny when someone might get hurt permanently. I'll tell you one thing.
I just wonder, I see empty seats around, but I also see the aisles jammed with spectators.
Well, they don't know where they're going. They've never been in a ballpark in their life.
Strike. What I'm worried about, what's going to happen between games of the doubleheader when there's no action on the field at all. But what the station doing, whose promotion it is, will be entertaining between games.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Marky Anderson just came out and said something to Dave Phillips, the plate umpire.
See what happens too, Harry, if a fly ball goes to the outfield and somebody throws something, all that outfielder has to do is make out it come at him when he wasn't even going to catch it. It's an out. But they don't hear us, and they're having a ball, and they're in another world right now. The world of no return.
Junior Moore in scoring position, 2 out. Chet Lemon waiting. Lamar Johnson is next.
Chad, let's go. The birds are starting to look like records.
A ball and a strike. Curveball low. Manny Trio hit a home with a man on for the Phillies to tie up San Diego 2-2. Texas got 3 in the first at Kansas City. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch, here it is. Curveball low.
Does that kiss feel familiar?
Hi, Dutchie.
Dutchie, you stay right up here. I don't want you to go down there. The world is different.
Here's the pitch. Strike call. Now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Detroit leading 4-1.
What a night Dutchie come to come out. What'd you do, forget your glasses or something?
Yeah, my bright glasses. 3-2 pitch. The Hedgewish Rockers are here. The pitch. Long drive foul into the right field corner. The count is full on Chet Lemon. 2 out. A man in scoring position. We're in the 8th. Detroit leading in the first game of the doubleheader 4-1. A full count pitch. Ball 4. The tying run will be at the plate. Maybe Lamar can get hold of one.
Aurelio Lopez warming up. He's been pitching a lot for him lately, Lopez.
Sparky Anderson coming out, and that's going to be all for Pat Underwood. We'll tell you about the new pitcher following this.
When it's raining outside, does water force its way inside through cracks in your...
Harry Carey back in the ballpark. We have a new pitcher, Jimmy, a stocky right-hander, has been doing a great job for him.
He's making his 27th appearance, and he's been working an awful lot lately. He's 4-2 with an ERA of 3.07. As Harry said, he's 6 feet tall. He says he's 200 pounds, but he's about 230. He's 30 years old from Mexico. Last year with Springfield, AAA, he was 6-6. He went to the Cardinals where he was 4-2. Lopez has 4 saves, pitched 58 2/3 innings, given up 57 hits, 21 runs, 20 of them earned. They've hit 6 home runs off him. He's allowed 24 base on balls. He struck out 45. He sidearms, slider, turns it over, sinker. Not overpowering, but a live fastball in his sinker is awfully tough to hit if you try to pull it. So Lamar now with a chance to tie it up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th steps in.
Tommy and George Gallio, sons of Jimmy, celebrating birthdays today. Lamar Johnson, who could tie it up. He's been an easy out twice and walked. Fouled it off. Strike 1. Dick Trzaskowski ducked for cover in the Tiger dugout.
So did Brinkman. I'd like to see Orta hit right now, Coach.
Or Washington. Curve low. Well, maybe Lamar will do it. A ball and a strike. It's got to be the youngest crowd ever to fill up Comiskey Park. All rock and rollers. There goes a bouncing ball, easy force out. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. I guess we use the left-handed pinch hitters and the base is empty. At the end of 8, Detroit 4 and the White Sox 1. Back in the ballpark. We're going to the top of the 9th. It's 4-1. The White Sox had a shot that time, but Sparky Anderson brought in his right-handed relief pitcher, Aurelio Lopez. The White Sox have had all their right-handed hitters in the lineup because Pat Underwood, who pitched the first 7 2/3 innings, was a southpaw. They went along with Lamar, who unfortunately bounced out. Well, maybe they can still get something going in the ninth. Here we go with Tom Brookins. First pitch he hits down to Morrison. Nice play. He's out. Boy, I hope we don't waste this beautiful job by Ed Farmer. Farmer's been outstanding. Came in and got a double play to end the 6th inning. So this will be 3 2/3 innings of relief. He's allowed only 2 hits and no runs. One out, nobody on. We're in the ninth. Strike call to Alan Trammell. Trammell is nothing out of 3. There's a fastball a little inside. A ball and a strike. The Mets are leading the Dodgers 8-0 in the 2nd. Liner right to Bannister. 2 up, 2 down. 4-1 Detroit. Ken Krabbe against Milt Wilcox in the 2nd game. There'll be about a half hour between games. There's Ron LaFleur. He's 1 out of 4, stole a base. He leads the American League with 46. Ball too low. Another night game tomorrow night. We'll be with you on Channel 44 as well as on WMAQ Radio at 7:15 tomorrow night and again Sunday night, and also at 1 o'clock, rather tomorrow night and Saturday night, and then at 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and then we'll have a 3-day break for the All-Star game. Getting back in action in Texas following Thursday night. Line drive, right field, base hit. Watch how long it's going to take LaFleur to try to steal second. Farmer on the hill. Tigers trying to make it 4 out of 5 against the White Sox. There's Lou Whitaker. Another one of those records comes sailing out on the field. Well, there'll be no TV tomorrow night, I was just informed. Why is that on Friday? Friday night? So it'll be radio only tomorrow night. Well, on the schedule it says TV. Oh, they have a Friday night network game tomorrow night. There goes LaFleur. There's the play. Easily safe. Number 47 for LaFleur. See, there he goes. Now the throw is high. LaFleur had already finished his slide. Giants have taken a 2-1 lead in Montreal. no strikes. Line drive to left field. Junior Moore is there. Makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left to find. Relief job by Farmer. We go in the bottom of the ninth. Detroit 4, White Sox 1. Harry Carey back at the ballpark. Now, with the bases empty here in the ninth inning, George Orta comes up to pinch hit. George, boy, there's a million banners here. You know, they could just keep from throwing those records on the field. It'd be just a tremendous promotion. Orta hitting .228. One ball, no strikes. Fastball right in there, strike call. High pump foul, going to be an easy out. The catcher's there, and he has it. Parrish takes care of Orta's pop foul.
Claudell Washington.
Here's Claudell Washington now, another pinch hitter. He too comes up with the bases loaded. Empty, rather. I wish they were loaded. Washington hitting .279, 7 homers, 36 runs batted out. One away. You know, this Lopez is just only since Sparky Anderson took over has he been used in game situations. And he has done an outstanding job. He's won 4, he's saved 4 with an earned run average of 3.07. Struck him out on 3 pitches. So our left-hand hitters don't look any better than our right-hand hitters. Right-handers against the left-hander unproductive. Our left-hand hitters against the right-hander are unproductive. Here now is Jim Morrison. He's nothing out of 3. 4-1 in favor of the Tigers. First game of the doubleheader. Saturday night will be Irish night. Lopez throws a good screwball. He's 30 years old, a 6-footer, 200 pound. Strike on the outside corner. Fouled it back. And the Tigers are now within 1 strike of a victory. Two strikes in the ball. 2 men are out. Low and outside. Texas leading Kansas City 3-1 in the second. The aisle's still jammed. Apparently, fans that can't locate seats. 2-2 pitch. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. And the Detroit Tigers have made it 4 out of 5. As they beat the Chicago White Sox in the first game of the doubleheader, 4-1. While it was just something the Tigers haven't had most of the year, they had tonight. They had very effective pitching and fine defense and timely hitting. Fred Howard started. He pitched a creditable ball game. His defense was a little shabby, or he would have been a lot closer in the game. The second game will pit Ken Kravick for the White Sox, a left-hander.
The White Sox a forfeit 9-zip. That was a loss to Detroit. This was an unexpected part of a destroyed Disco record.
Park Thursday night. Some 7,000 persons ran out into the field and turned a promotional gimmick, Disco Demolition Night, into a fiasco. They started bonfires, tore up the field, and created havoc in general. It was a wild scene for some 20 minutes until police finally began clearing the area. Despite the uproar, no one was seriously injured. Work crews moved in Friday to clean up the mess. Experienced observers say that the rioting was not caused by White Sox fans. An admission fee of 98 cents brought in people who usually never attend baseball games. There were 50,000 in the park, and thousands of others had to be turned away. The anti-disco promotion was the brainchild of WLUP-FM disc jockey Steve Dahl.
I want to stress the fact that we didn't plan on that happening. It wasn't like part of the deal, like a promotional stunt. It just happened. These things happen sometimes when you get large crowds together, especially a volatile crowd that's been drinking a little bit. But we are going to sit down and talk about some future things and certainly take all the things we've learned from last night and all the previous times into consideration before we plan anything.
Bill Veck's son, Mike, has been doing some sportscasting for WLUP. Dahl says Mike will continue to work for the station. This is Frank Rios reporting for News 9.
And because of last night's disturbance...